Hey guys, welcome back to Brandon Does Barbecue. Now I know it's been a long time, I've been MIA, but I assure you, clearly I'm alive and well. And for making you wait for so long for a new video, we're gonna do something very special, a suckling pig. Now I'm sure you've heard of what's called a pig picking. If you've never been to one, you're missing out. It's a really cool experience because rather than eating a processed cut of meat, you're eating it off the entire animal. Now to some that might seem a little weird, a little gross, disturbing, but for me, I think it's kind of cool. Now for most people, if they want to do a whole hog at home, it's kind of a pain because typically a pig is well over 100 pounds and you might not have a cooker big enough. Now the way to make it happen is to buy what's called a suckling pig. These are the younger pigs, normally in a range from about 15 to 30, 40 pounds. Those ones are a lot smaller and can fit in most home offset cookers. Now, just as a disclaimer, I have never done a whole hog before, so there might be some hiccups, but I've done countless of hours of scrolling through YouTube videos and barbecue forums, and I cook a lot of meat, so I'm pretty certain that we can nail this. Now, this little piggy went to market. Then it got frozen, and then it got delivered here via FedEx. Now, there's a lot of online places that you can order these. If you have a local butcher, they might be able to source them from you. Or if you're really lucky, maybe you know a farmer nearby that can provide one for you as well. Now, in terms of prep for one of these, first thing you want to do is go ahead and pat it dry. Get the skin nice and dry, clean out the inside. Sometimes you might have a few things hanging in the cavity. You want to go ahead and clean that up, but the people that sent this did a phenomenal job and there's really no prep work that needs to get done. So now we're going to go ahead and flip it and we're going to get an injection in the shoulders and the hams and the tenderloins and get this pig nice and juicy. Now for injection, there's several recipes out there, you can make your own, but today I picked up some of this Big Papa's pork injection. You're going to mix half a cup with 16 ounces of water and hopefully it'll make this pig nice and delicious. So we'll start with the hams. I would just do a few shots a couple inches away from each other. Then go ahead and do some in the loins. Then we'll move up to the front. And you're gonna try and get there right in that shoulder. Now that we got our pig plump full of all kinds of delicious injection, we're gonna go ahead and put a rub on it. I got two different kinds today. The first one for our savory flavors, we're gonna go ahead and do the Hardcore Carnivore Red. And then for a little bit of sweetness, we're gonna go ahead and do the Meat Church Honey Bacon Barbecue. So for the hams, if you want, kind of pull the skin back and try to get your rub in there. Depending on how the butcher cleaned it up, it might be kind of covering the ham. So don't be shy and just pull that skin back. Then we'll go ahead and apply the Meat Church. All right, so our pig's injected, we got the rub on, now we gotta get it in the smoker. Now to do that, we're gonna put it in what's called racing style. And essentially, it's gonna look like it's kind of sitting down. Now before we get it in there, we're gonna go ahead and pat down the skin one more time because we got a little bit of liquid on here. And then we're gonna go ahead and take some tin foil, wrap the ears and the nose because from what I've seen, apparently those things burn up real quick, and if you want it to look good presentation-wise, cover them up. Today we're gonna smoke this pig on our Oklahoma Joe Highland, the offset smoker. The reason being is because it has the most space and it's just a fun smoker to use. The wood of choice is gonna be hickory, and we're gonna run temps between 250 and 275 degrees. So we're gonna go ahead and get the pig on. You wanna make sure you have the hams facing towards the firebox because that side can take a lot more heat. So let's get it on. Go ahead and get yourself a probe thermometer. We're gonna kind of try to monitor where this pig is going. So I'm gonna take this one and put it in the ham. Probably shooting between around 160, 170 for the ham and maybe about 190 for the upper shoulders. But like I said, I've never done this before, so we'll see how it goes. Now the waiting game begins. All right, so our pig has been in the tanning bed for about an hour and a half. Our temperatures are right around 120 degrees in the ham. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and check it out. We're gonna give it a spray with some of this duck fat. That's gonna help that skin get nice and crispy. So, let's see what we got. All right, so before we spray, if you look towards the back, you'll see that's getting pretty dark. So we're gonna go ahead and after we spray this side, rotate this pig around just to kind of even it out. All right, let's give it a spin. Go ahead and spray this side. All right, now the waiting continues. Now our pig has been on the smoker for about 5 hours. Now originally I said I was gonna take the hams to around 160, 170 degrees, but I decided to take it up to 190 just because I want everything on there to be more like pulled pork. So we hit 190, let's check it out. That's a 10. All right, so our pig is finally finished. Now, like I said, this is the first time I've ever done one, and let's all be honest and address, it's a little darker than what I was going for. All the other ones I've seen have this good mahogany color. This one just looks burnt, but I don't think it is. We'll cut it open and find out. The other issue I encountered was when I put the foil on the ears and on the nose, add a little bit of the foil stick. Trials and tribulations, but let's see what we got taste-wise. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start and just cut a flap starting up here on the shoulder, bring it all the way back here, and expose the rib meat. So let's get it. So we'll just start right down here. Just gonna cut up, bring it up, then cut against the spine. And bring it down towards the ham. And we should be able to just pull the skin back and expose all of that meat. It smells like a mixture between barbecue ribs and pork butt. So I'm gonna go straight for the shoulder. That stuff looks absolutely delicious. You can see it looks nice and juicy. Looks can be deceiving with the skin, so I'm actually pretty happy with the way that looks. Now, the taste test. Oh yeah. Extremely tender. Tastes like a pork butt, but a little more succulent. I'd say give it a shot. It's definitely a showstopper. Just try not to get the skin so dark next time. That's my goal. Taste-wise, absolutely delicious. So what I think I'm gonna do with this pig is I'm just gonna go ahead, pull all the meat from the ham, the shoulders, the ribs. I'm just gonna serve it like I would pulled pork. Probably go with a little bit of sauce on a bun, make a good sandwich. Other than that, I think this pig turned out pretty damn good, especially for a first timer. I will definitely be trying it again. If you like what you saw, like and subscribe and all that jazz, and I'll see you next time.